Imagine this! Apple is gearing up to release an M6 MacBook Pro in late 2026 or early 2027. And it's not just about incremental improvements. This redesign is set to be a game changer, designed to entice users who have been holding onto their older Macs for years. But here's where it gets controversial. Apple's M series processors have been so powerful that many users see no reason to upgrade frequently. This longevity is a double-edged sword for Apple, as it means fewer upgrade cycles and potentially less revenue from new hardware sales. For companies that rely on upgrade cycles for revenue, there can sometimes be such a thing as too good a product. It's not an unfamiliar situation for Apple, considering its iPad lineup has always seen a long consumer upgrade cycle. But that hasn't always been the case for the Mac. According to Mark Gurman's Power On newsletter from Bloomberg, Apple will need to focus on other aspects beyond performance upgrades to entice its expanding customer base to bother upgrading. He argues that the M series processor is just too good, and customers just don't bother with upgrading regularly due to the longevity of the chipset. In the Intel days, users would upgrade frequently, sometimes even every generation. Today, the M1 processor is still powerful enough for such a large segment of the user base that even as the M5 is on the horizon, there's basically no reason to upgrade for some. So, a flashy redesign with several significant spec changes is expected. The idea of a fully redesigned MacBook Pro has been floated around since late 2024. And rumors of an OLED model in 2026 have been going on since at least 2023. The product will be arriving around the MacBook Pro's 20th anniversary, so Apple could take the opportunity to introduce several upgrades at once. The MacBook Pro upgrade cycle has seen significant changes since the transition to Apple's silicon. This shift introduced new size classes and a refreshed design for the MacBook Pro that has stuck in the 5 years since. M1 was a refreshing change from the slog of nearly useless upgrades offered by Intel in the previous decade. M2, M3, and M4 were more or less basic spec bumps. Sure, the initial M series redesign was enticing and a return to form for the MacBook Pro. But not much has changed externally since. Apple's M series processors don't need to be upgraded in the usual 2 to 3 year span previous products have seen, so the M6 MacBook Pro could have a full redesign. The case could get thinner, OLED would take over from Mini LED, and M6 could also be a significant leap in processing. There's also the chance Apple could finally offer cellular modems in MacBooks thanks to advancements in its C-series chipsets. However, Apple insider policy on upgrade advice hasn't changed. If you need a new computer today, don't wait for what might come in the future. Get what you need now with as much RAM as you can afford and more than the base storage. The M5 MacBook Pro could launch in the fall of 2025. But recent reports have pushed that back to early 2026. Apple isn't afraid to short-cycle its MacBook line, so a fall 2026, early 2027 launch of the M6 MacBook Pro is still possible. And this is the part most people miss. The M6 MacBook Pro could be the catalyst for a new era of MacBook upgrades, but will it be enough to convince users to part with their current devices? What do you think? Will the M6 MacBook Pro's redesign and new features be enough to spur a new wave of upgrades? Or will users continue to hold on to their current devices due to the longevity of the M series processors? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.